In the depths of an ancient forest, where time flows like honey and wisdom whispers through ancient oak leaves, I have lived countless seasons, watching the world turn and souls seeking truth come and go. My beard has grown long and white as the winter snow, and my eyes have witnessed more stories than the stars themselves could tell. Today I share with you a tale of understanding, a story that speaks to those who have always felt different, those whose hearts beat to a rhythm the world seems not to understand. Come sit with me by this eternal flame, where the crackling wood speaks ancient truths and the dancing shadows tell stories of their own. Let me share with you the wisdom that has been passed down through ages. Wisdom that speaks to the hearts of those who feel set apart from the ordinary flow of life. You see, in every generation, there are those whose spirits resonate at a different frequency. They walk among others, yet their souls dance to a melody only they can hear. These are the chosen ones, not chosen by mere circumstance or chance, but by the very nature of their being. They feel more deeply, see more clearly, and carry within them a sensitivity that others might never understand. I remember a young seeker who once came to me, her eyes filled with tears of confusion and loneliness. She spoke of feeling overwhelmed by the world's chaos, of being drained by crowds and noise, of yearning for deeper connections in a world that seemed content with surface-level interactions. As I listened to her story, I saw in her the same light I had seen in countless others who had found their way to my fire. The light of a soul that carries within it the seeds of extraordinary purpose. My child, I told her, as I tell you now, your sensitivity is not a burden, but a gift wrapped in the challenging paper of misunderstanding. When you feel overwhelmed by the energy of crowds, when the noise of the world becomes too much to bear, when you need to retreat into solitude to recover your strength, these are not signs of weakness, but indicators of your deep connection to the subtle energies that most cannot perceive. Think of it like this. Imagine a finely tuned instrument capable of detecting the slightest vibration in the air. While others might hear only silence, this instrument picks up the most delicate of sounds, the whispers of the wind, the subtle harmonies of the universe. Your sensitivity is much like this instrument. It allows you to perceive layers of reality that others might miss entirely. But with this gift comes great responsibility and, yes, sometimes great difficulty. You might find yourself overwhelmed in situations that others navigate with ease. You might need more time alone to process your experiences, to recharge your spirit, to find your center again. This is not weakness, it is wisdom. It is your soul's way of maintaining the delicate balance required to carry such a gift. I have watched countless seasons change, seen empires rise and fall, and in all this time, one truth remains constant. Those who feel different, who sense they don't quite fit into the world's predetermined molds, are often the ones who carry within them the potential for the greatest transformation, both for themselves and for the world around them. Consider the great mystics, prophets, and visionaries throughout history. They too walked apart from the crowd, felt the weight of their difference, and sometimes questioned their place in the world. Yet it was precisely this difference that allowed them to see what others could not, to bring forth new understanding, to bridge the gap between the seen and unseen realms. Now, let me share with you a secret that has been whispered through the ages. Your feeling of being different is not a mistake. It is not something to be corrected or overcome. It is, instead, a sign that you carry within you a spark of the divine that refuses to be dimmed by the ordinary. This spark seeks expression through your unique way of being in the world, through your sensitivity, through your deep longing for meaningful connection. When you feel overwhelmed by the world's energy, when you need to retreat into solitude, remember this: you are not running away. You are instead running towards something essential, the quiet space where your soul can speak to you without interruption, where you can hear the whispers of wisdom that are often drowned out by the world's clamor. In my many years of sitting with seekers by this fire, I have learned that those who feel different often carry within them the seeds of profound wisdom. They are the ones who ask the deeper questions, who seek the meaningful connections, who refuse to accept the surface-level explanations that satisfy so many others. They are the ones who, through their very presence, Remind the world that there is more to life than what can be seen with ordinary eyes. But this gift, this sensitivity, this deeper way of being in the world, it comes with its challenges. You might often feel misunderstood, might find yourself needing to explain things that seem self-evident to you, but remain mysterious to others. You might sometimes wish you could simply be like everyone else, could move through the world with the same ease that others seem to possess. Yet let me tell you what I have learned through countless cycles of the moon. This wish to be like others is merely a passing shadow, a momentary doubt that crosses the path of every chosen soul. The truth is, you were never meant to be like everyone else. Your difference is not a flaw in the universal design. It is the design itself. Think of a garden filled with flowers. Some bloom in the brightest sunlight, turning their faces toward the sky with bold confidence. Others prefer the quiet shade, offering their subtle beauty to those who take the time to look more closely. Neither is better than the other. They are simply different expressions of nature's infinite creativity. You, my dear seeker, are like those shade-loving flowers. Your beauty, your wisdom, your gifts, they flourish best in quieter spaces, in deeper moments, in the subtle interactions that others might overlook. I remember a young man who once came to me, his spirit heavy with the weight of feeling alien in his own world. He spoke of how he could sense the emotions of others as if they were his own, how he could feel the pain beneath their smiles, the joy behind their tears. This ability left him feeling exposed, vulnerable, different. As he sat by my fire, the flames reflecting in his troubled eyes, I shared with him what I now share with you. Your sensitivity, I told him, is like having 1,000 antennae where others have but a few. You pick up signals, energies, and emotions that others might never notice. This can indeed be overwhelming, but it is also a profound gift. For in this sensitivity lies the ability to understand others deeply, to offer comfort where it's most needed, to see the truth beneath the surface of things. And so it is with all who walk the path of the chosen. Your sensitivity, your difference, your need for solitude and meaning, these are not burdens to be overcome, but gifts to be understood and embraced. They are the very qualities that allow you to perceive the deeper currents of life, to understand the hidden connections between all things, to sense the sacred in the ordinary. But understanding this truth is only the beginning. The real journey lies in learning to live with these gifts in a world that may not always understand or appreciate them. This is where wisdom becomes essential. Not just the wisdom of knowing who you are, but the wisdom of knowing how to care for your sensitive spirit in a sometimes insensitive world. Let me share with you some of the ancient practices that have helped countless sensitive souls navigate their unique path. First, honor your need for solitude. Just as the moon must retreat into darkness before it can shine full again, you too need times of quiet and reflection. These are not moments of weakness, but essential periods of renewal and reconnection with your deepest self. Second, trust your perceptions. Your sensitivity allows you to pick up on subtle energies and undercurrents that others might miss. While it's important to remain grounded and balanced, don't dismiss what you sense simply because others can't perceive it. Your intuition is one of your greatest gifts. Learn to trust it, to work with it, to let it guide you. Third, find your own rhythms. The world moves at its own pace, but you need not always match it. Sometimes you'll need to move more slowly, to take more time to process experiences, to honor your own natural cycles of energy and rest. This is not laziness or weakness, it is wisdom. Fourth, seek meaningful connections. While you might find large groups overwhelming, deep one-on-one connections can be incredibly nourishing for your sensitive spirit. Look for others who understand and appreciate your depth, who value meaningful conversation over small talk, who respect your sensitivity rather than trying to change it. As I share these truths with you, I watch the fire dance before us, its flames reaching toward the star-filled sky. Each spark that rises into the darkness reminds me of the countless sensitive souls who have sat in this very spot, seeking understanding, seeking validation, seeking their place in a world that often seems too loud, too fast, too superficial for their deep spirits. And to each one I have said what I now say to you. Your sensitivity is your strength. Your difference is your gift. Your need for depth and meaning is not a flaw, but a sign of your soul's natural wisdom. You are not alone in feeling different. You are part of a long line of sensitive souls who have helped to keep the world's heart open, who have reminded others of the deeper dimensions of life, who have preserved the ancient wisdom that speaks of connection, meaning, and purpose. As our time together draws to a close, let me leave you with one final truth. The world needs your sensitivity now more than ever. In an age of increasing disconnection, your ability to feel deeply, to sense the subtle currents of life, to seek meaningful connections. These are precious gifts that can help heal our world's wounds and remind others of the deeper dimensions of existence. Remember, dear one, that you are not meant to be like everyone else. You are meant to be exactly who you are, sensitive, deep, different. Your journey may not always be easy, but it is infinitely valuable. Trust in your path, honor your sensitivity, embrace your difference. For in doing so, you not only honor your own truth, but also help to preserve the ancient wisdom that has been passed down through countless generations of sensitive souls. And so, as the fire burns low and the stars continue their eternal dance overhead, know that you carry within you a spark of the divine, a precious gift that the world desperately needs. Walk your path with courage, with wisdom, and with the deep knowing that your sensitivity is not a burden, but a blessing, not just for you, but for all whose lives you touch. May you go forth with this understanding burning bright in your heart, lighting your way through whatever challenges you may face. Remember that you are never truly alone. The wisdom of countless sensitive souls who have walked this path before you lives on in your heart, guiding you, supporting you, reminding you of who you truly are. And should you ever need to be reminded of these truths, know that this eternal flame continues to burn, and my door is always open to those who seek understanding of their sensitive spirits in their chosen path. And now, dear viewer, as our time together by this eternal flame comes to an end, I invite you to share your own journey in the comments below. Have you felt this deep sensitivity within yourself? How do you navigate your unique path in a world that sometimes feels too loud? Your story matters, and your experience might be the very light that another sensitive soul needs to see. If these words have touched your heart, if they've helped you understand your own journey a little better, consider becoming part of our growing community of resilient souls. Subscribe to Be Resilient, where we explore the depths of human experience and share wisdom that has been passed down through ages. Like the ancient oak that bends but does not break, we learn to be resilient together, embracing our sensitivity as a source of strength. Remember, being resilient isn't about hardening your heart or becoming less sensitive. True resilience is about remaining open, feeling deeply, and continuing to grow despite life's challenges. It's about understanding that your sensitivity, your difference, your unique way of experiencing the world, these are not weaknesses to overcome, but gifts to embrace. Be resilient, because the world needs your sensitive heart, your deep wisdom, and your unique light. Until we meet again by the eternal flame, may you walk your path with courage, wisdom, and the unwavering strength that comes from truly knowing who you are. Subscribe now and join our community of resilient souls. Together we grow stronger while remaining true to our sensitive nature.